Welcome to Really Cooking with Robin. Today we are going to be making low-carb chicken parm. We're going to be using fat-free Parmesan cheese. Even though Parmesan cheese has hardly any fat in it, I prefer to use the fat-free Parmesan cheese because it has a flour-like consistency. So we're going to be seasoning the Parmesan cheese with crushed red pepper, Italian seasoning, oregano, roasted garlic powder, and onion powder. When you use the seasoning, you want to make sure that the seasoning is a weight. A quarter teaspoon of a seasoning is about a pinch between your fingers. And what you want to do is you want to wake it up by rubbing it between your fingers. And you'll see as you're rubbing it between your fingers that the oils are released and you can smell that. So now we're going to season our chicken. We're going to use roasted garlic, onion powder, salt, and pepper. And you want to season both sides of it. Chicken loves roasted garlic and onion powder. It's just a lovely combination. But if you don't care for either of them, feel free to leave it out. It's not a big deal. But make sure you salt and pepper your chicken on both sides. And when you get done, make sure you wash your hands before you touch anything else, because you don't want to cross-contaminate anything else when you're cooking. I like to keep a squirt bottle of white vinegar handy. And when I'm working with raw food, I like to clean up my area with a damp cloth and white vinegar. White vinegar will kill anything. Soap and water, yes, and then I always wipe down with white vinegar. We are now going to flour the chicken. There's no dredging here because we're not using any eggs. We're not using any breadcrumbs. That's why it's a low-carb chicken. We are just going to use the fat-free Parmesan cheese that's been seasoned with everything, and we're going to flour it on both sides so it's coated nice and evenly. It won't be a thick coating. It'll be just like a dusting. I love to cook in cast iron, but you can use any pan. You want to make sure your pan's hot, and I cook with olive oil. I like cooking with olive oil because it's one of the healthiest oils you can cook with, and it also will let you know when the pan's ready because you will smell the olive oil. And you just want to give it a kiss, and a kiss of olive oil is just like a tablespoon of olive oil. It's all you need in a pan. When you place the chicken in the pan, it should have a nice sizzle to it. Once the chicken gets put in the pan, put the timer on for 3 minutes. I'm a big fan of timers. I talk way too much, so I'm constantly burning something or forgetting about something. Depending on the thickness of the chicken breast you're using, 3 minutes a good start. You only want to turn the chicken once on each side. If you turn it more than once, it's going to dry out. Just lift under to take a look at it and make sure you have a nice, you want to have a nice caramelization, a nice brown sear on it. You don't want it black, you don't want it burnt, just a nice caramelization. And then flip it over, set your timer for another 3 minutes. And then when the timer goes off, take it out of the pan and let it rest. And eat it with any sauce that you have on hand. But stay tuned for my bruschetta recipe, which is absolutely delicious on top of the low-carb chicken parm. Thanks for joining me today at Really Cooking with Robin. I hope you enjoyed the recipe, low-carb chicken parm. Remember to have fun and put your own twist on it. Here's to the journey. Really Cooking with Robin is a labor of love. We're a cooking school like no other. We offer kids in the kitchen, adult classes. We do corporate events. We do private parties. We do birthday parties. We have a cookbook library free to the public. We take donated cookbooks. We have a unique kitchenware store, and we have a consignment shop. So come down and check us out at the Hillcrest Shopping Plaza. We're at 138 West Germantown Pike. Hope to see you soon.